Hello, welcome back to the Potli kitchen. You've got Felicity.
And Chris.
And today we're going to attempt to make vegan brownies.
Not attempt to make.
We're
gonna make them.
We're gonna make them. That's the attitude. But I've done a lot of research. I've found this girl, her name is Chocolate Covered Katie, on the World Wide Web, and her recipe by far has had the most amount of reviews. It has like 4.9 stars for like, I think it was like 500 reviews, which is a lot. And so the community is like, this is the vegan recipe. And what we're going to be using from Potli is our olive oil, our THCA to CBD 250 milligram 1-to-1 ratio olive oil in this recipe. And I think it's gonna work. So I've done the math, and essentially it comes out to be exactly about 162 milligrams that go in. We know that our conversion from THCA to THC is about 0.8, so that makes it 130 milligrams for this entire batch that we're gonna make. And if we cut these into cute little, 24 squares, that's about 5 milligrams per square. So I think it's gonna work. So we're gonna start with combining the dry ingredients. The dry ingredients, I apologize, we're gonna start with combining the wet ingredients. So it's half a cup of milk and 2 tablespoons of your milk of choice.
Okay.
We went to Trader Joe's, we did a huge haul, and they have an oat beverage, not an oat milk. I think there's a legal issue.
Thing.
But we know what it is, we know it's oat milk.
Oat milk is the god of milk substitutes, if you ask.
Yeah, you have a ranking.
I have a ranking system of all of the milk substitutes, and I put oat up there and hemp and pea milk at the top. That's god tier.
So you can actually choose any of those 3 and two of the tablespoons. I believe that's a half tablespoon, so you're gonna do 4 of those.
All right.
So, and then we do a half a cup of our olive oil,
Okay.
and 3 tablespoons.
Half a cup plus 3 tablespoons.
That's correct. So baking is all about precision. If you don't get it right, you're just not gonna end up with what you intended to make. So be precise.
I will be very precise, especially with our THCA olive oil.
I'm very excited about this. So, and the third ingredient to add in there is a tablespoon of pure vanilla extract. We have this for flavor.
So Felicity, what is THCA exactly?
So THCA is the precursor, the acid version of THC. Essentially, it's a raw cannabinoid. THCA has been said to have so many incredible benefits, from cancer-reducing cells and increasing appetite, and also it's super anti-inflammatory. So is the CBD. So it's just incredible that this acid form of THC is non-psychoactive but has all these incredible benefits. But the cooler thing about THCA is that when you add heat and time, it converts the THCA to THC. And that's exactly what we're doing today. We're doing a little experiment in which we are taking the THCA and converting them and then making them into vegan brownies. Cool, so second part is to mix the dry ingredients. So in a separate bowl, we have a cup of unsweetened cacao, a cup of gluten-free flour, a 4th tablespoon and an 1/8 tablespoon of salt. This is very specific. A 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and a 1/3 cup of white sugar. And today, instead of white sugar, we have something that we received at the Founder Made trade show, which is the monk fruit sweetener. It's a white sugar replacement. So we're gonna be doing, this is a very healthy vegan brownie recipe.
Yeah, love it.
So yeah, we're just gonna be doing the most. And then you can at that time mix in 2/3 cups of mini chocolate chips just for extra spicy.
That's cacao powder, right? Mm-hmm. It's also organic and fair trade.
Mm-hmm. I'm really into the Trader Joe's packaging. Sponsor us. It's just like the perfect size, you know? You don't always need like a whole like massive bag full.
The flour.
Flour, so you need another cup of this. Ooh. Ooh, this is not super dainty.
If you can, I'd also recommend sifting it first,
Oh yeah,
but
we don't have time for that. Chris has got to catch a flight after this.
have to catch a flight. That's why we're not sifting the flour.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, I think that's
All right.
good enough.
And here's the brown sugar.
Brown sugar, half cup.
I love brown sugar because I love like molasses flavor.
Yeah, I've always had a thing for brown sugar.
I've always had a thing for brown sugar.
You know that raw sugar that in the brown packages?
Yes.
I used to just eat that out of the
Love
bag,
Love it.
which is horrible. What makes brown sugar brown, do you know?
It's molasses.
Oh,
Brown sugar is typically equal parts molasses and white sugar.
whoa. Who would have thought? How'd you know that? Where'd you learn
I
that?
don't know how I knew that.
Ooh, okay. I need my white sugar, or a third cup.
Third cup, here you go. I can estimate a third cup. Why don't you do the baking powder?
Incredible. Half a tablespoon, okay. Baking powder.
Monk fruit sweetener also can be a little bit more potent than normal sugar. So you don't need as much, actually. Of the sweetener alternatives, monk fruit is amongst.
Okay, it needs a half
favorite.
teaspoon and not a tablespoon. I'm glad I like double checked.
Yeah, you never need to. And then I have your baking soda here as well.
Incredible, thank you. I don't need baking soda, it's not on the menu.
Oh, all right.
Okay, great. And then 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Offset. Onset.
Here, I'll open it.
Incredible. And then 2/3 cup of the chocolate chips.
I love making these brownies because I feel like the classic edible is the brownie. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of an updated take on that in that A, it's vegan, B, it also uses THCA olive oil and uses that natural conversion process in order to get the impact that you want. A big fear in people in baking with cannabis is that they're going to cook out the cannabis, and so it's nice to bake with our THCA olive oil because it sort of alleviates that fear, and you know the exact dosage of what it's going to be at most, which you don't always get when you're just kind of creating your own oils. So if you want to be very specific, it is nice to get an oil that's already infused, has already gone to a third-party lab for testing, so that you know exactly what you get, and you're dosing all your friends and family and your guests properly.
Also, like if you don't want THC at like brownies and you just want CBD brownies, you can just use our hemp olive. Don't gotta do the conversion. But if you wanna do a science experiment and like, you know.
I need to get 2 tablespoons of that in here, so if you just wanna hold that for me.
Yes, I can.
Okay. 1, 2. Those are all the dry
This is
ingredients.
a half tablespoon, so we need 2 more.
Ah.
Have you ever made oobleck?
No, what's oobleck?
Water and cornstarch. And it makes this like really cool.
Like in science class.
Yeah.
When you like play with it.
I don't know. I'm also, it's like kind of weird, but on my Instagram, they always keep pushing me like slime videos, and I'm just like,
For what reason?
why? I don't understand.
I want to know what you're doing on the inside.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm always push slime videos. And they're like addicting. I keep watching them.
That's why they're pushing them to you. All right, why don't you so typically for dry ingredients, you want to incorporate it into the wet in thirds. So why don't you sift a third into here and I'll start whisking.
Cool.
We'll do a third at a time. And another. Cool. Do the rest. Awesome. And then I think you have to line it, right, Felicity?
Yes, that's correct. We have to line with parchment paper.
There you go. Alrighty. Look.
Aspiring in a garden.
Oh yeah. So I do think these are gonna rise a bit, right?
That's correct.
But it's not,
I also feel like it's kind of like, sit to the edge.
it'll spread.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So you're gonna set those babies in the oven?
That's correct. Our oven is still heating up, but when it's done.
Check back in with us.
So we're back. It's 24 minutes later, and we have our brownies here, and they look so pretty. It's up to me now because Chris has left. She's on a flight to LA. And look, you know, it looks like a traditional brownie. There's nothing wrong with it, you know, that like, it's a really easy cut. We want to do 7 slices so that we get the 8 by 8. That way it's 5 milligrams per piece. And that's really it. Oh my goodness. We made vegan brownies, guys. Who knew? Who would have thought that this was possible? All right, I know. Well, you know what? I need to call a friend to try this. Idolo, will you come on over?
Why not?
All right.
Oh wow, all right, let's try one. It's got a nice consistency. Cheers
Bing.
to that.
Vegan brownies.
Vegan brownies.
Delicious.